Welcome. If we have 2 points in a two-dimensional coordinate plane, how can we find distance between them? Let's start with easy cases. Our first easy case is when points are equidistant from x-axis. So here is our x-axis, and as you can see, both points are at same distance from our x-axis. Both are 1 unit above these points. Or we can say that both points lie on a line which is parallel to x-axis. Let's write coordinates of these points. This point is at coordinate 1, 1 and this second point is at coordinate 4, 1. As you can notice here, finding distance between them is too easy. We have to just subtract their x coordinate. So we subtract 4 minus 1. This will give 3. In general, if we have 2 point x1 comma y and x2 comma y, then distance between them x2 minus x1. Okay, notice if both points are equidistant from x-axis, their y coordinate is going to be same. As here in our example, you can see that first point is 1 comma 1. So here y coordinate is 1, same y coordinate in our second point. Okay, notice one more thing. Since here we are writing subtraction of x coordinates, so why we have put two vertical bars next to this subtraction? These vertical bars are called absolute value. And why it is here? As you know that distance is always positive. So we if we want to subtract x coordinate, so we can subtract in any order. So if we subtract 1 minus 4, so we got a negative number, negative 3. But as you know, distance is always positive. So this absolute value notation provide us a way to represent distances. Let's see what absolute value means. We have written x2 minus x1 and our x1 was 1 and x2 was 4. So if we subtract x2 minus x1, we got 4 minus 1, which is 3. So this is a positive number. Now suppose somebody subtract x1 minus x2. So x1 is 1 minus 4. So we got negative 3. So we want a way when we subtract x coordinates in either way, whether from x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, they always result positive. So what this absolute value notation do, if you have a positive number inside it, it just give its positive, which is 3. And if you have a negative number inside it, it again provide you a positive number 3. What it does, it multiply negative numbers with negative 1. So negative negative becomes positive. Okay. So remember, if you have a number inside absolute value, then it is always going to be greater than or equals to 0. Okay. Our second easy case is when points are equidistant from y-axis. Here you can see we have 2 points which are equidistant from y-axis. Both are 1 unit far from y-axis. Or you can say that both points lie on a line which is parallel to y-axis. So as you can see, finding distance between them is easy. What we have to do, we have to just subtract their y coordinates, right? This point has coordinate 1 comma 1 and this point has coordinate 1 comma 3. What we have done here is we subtract their y coordinates and we have 2. So distance between them is just 2. In general, if we have 2 points x, y1 and x, y2, distance is subtraction of their y coordinates. Okay. This is our third and final case. If both points are at random position, how can we find distance between them? So we are talking about this length, right? So if we found this horizontal distance, this does not work. And if we found this vertical distance, this also does not work, right? But notice with this construction, we have constructed a right angle triangle. Do you remember a theorem related to right angle triangle, which relates its two sides to its third side, right? Let's recall. So here we have a right angle triangle. This is its base and this is its height. The side which is in front of this right angle is called hypotenuse, and its square is equals to base square plus height square, right? So hypotenuse can be written as square root of base square plus height square. Let's use this fact to find the distance. Let's first label these points. So this point is 1 comma 1 and this point is at 4 comma 3. So what is the coordinate of this point? This point has coordinate 4 comma 1. We have already seen how to find this horizontal distance. What we have to do, we have to just subtract their x coordinates, right? 4 minus 1 is equals to 3. Now this vertical distance, so we have to subtract y coordinates, right? 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2. So what we have this horizontal distance 3 and this vertical distance 4, right? Now from Pythagoras theorem, this distance is equals to square root of base square. Base is here 3, so 3 square plus height square, which is this 2, so 2 square, which is equals to 3 square 9 and 2 square 4, which is equals to square root of 13. So if we have 2 points at random position, we have to find the horizontal distance between them and the vertical distance between them. And we use Pythagoras theorem, which gives us the distance between them. Let's generalize this fact. In general, if we have 2 points x1, y1 and x2, y2, so let's imagine this point is x1, y1 and this point is x2, y2. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to find this horizontal distance and this vertical distance. So now our next task is to find the coordinate of this point. As you can see, this point is at height y1, so this point also is at height y1, so its y coordinate is y1. Okay, and about its x coordinate, as you can see this point x2 comma y2, it has x coordinate x2, so x2 is also the x coordinate of this point. Okay, so x2 comma y1, right? Now let's calculate horizontal distance and vertical distance. So this horizontal distance is x2 minus x1, okay, and this distance is y2 minus y1, right? We have discussed it earlier. Vertical distance is subtraction of y coordinate and horizontal distance is subtraction of x coordinates, right? About this distance, this is hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem, this distance is equals to a square root of this horizontal distance square plus this vertical distance square. So this is our distance formula. So distance is equals to the square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Okay, so what we have seen that if 2 points x1 y1 and x2 y2, which is equidistant from x-axis, so finding distance between them is easy. What we have to do, we have to just subtract their x coordinates, right? And if points are at random position, we can use this formula, square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. Or you can construct a right angle triangle. You have to first find the horizontal distance, then its vertical distance, and then using Pythagoras theorem, you can find the distance between 2 points. Okay. This is question for you. Find distances. You have some points and you have to find distance between them. Write your answers in the comments.